The skied golf shot could potentially be the most frustrating shot in the game of golf, couldn't it? We stand there with all the hopes and expectations of being able to blast this ball straight down the middle. We put an almighty great big swing on it. We've got the thing teed up lovely high. We swing down at 100 miles an hour and the ball goes bing straight up in the air and lands 30 or 40 yards ahead of us. And more frustrating than that, it leaves a damaging mark on the paint of the golf club at the top of the club face, which is by the way, I'm not going to demo this shot because it'll ruin the driver. Now, the skied golf shot, the telltale signs are exactly that. Too high, not far enough forwards, and potentially leaving damage at the top of the club. The reasons for that shot might be twofold. The first one is that the ball could be teed up too high on the tee peg. So as I position my driver behind that ball, you can see quite a lot of golf ball above the top of the club, particularly in the heel part. So if I was to get my club to hit down underneath there, I could hit right at the top of the golf club, skew the ball straight up into the air, and it wouldn't hit the club face, therefore it wouldn't go very far at all. The other issue with skying the golf ball could just be my angle of attack is too steep and I'm hitting down too much. So with wedges and with irons, we want to strike down on the ball. With a driver, categorically, we do not want to strike down on this ball. We want to hit this ball slightly on the rise. So if I had the ball too far back in my stance and I was chopping, you can see how the leading edge of that golf club is aiming straight towards the back of the ball. And if I was to aggressively dig down, I could take a divot but hit the ball off the crown of the club. So if that's you and you're taking divots and the tee peg's too high, that's why you're skying the ball. What I'd encourage you to do is position the ball nearer to your lead side. So as a right-handed golfer, I've got the ball positioned right up against my lead instep. From that position there, I can have the shaft level or leaning back slightly. I can have my body weight leaning back slightly. As my point of impact, the club is bottoming out and then rising. It's actually lifting up slightly as it hits through the back of the golf ball, and I'm lifting that ball into the distance rather than striking down and taking a big divot. So if skying the golf ball is your issue, the ball will be going too high, not far enough. The ball will be leaving an imprint on the top of the club and damaging the top of the golf club. And that could be twofold. You've got the tee peg too high, you've got your impact position too steep, too aggressively with your angle of attack, and you need to make those subtle changes of teeing it lower, positioning the ball further forwards, and that would help reduce those skied tee shots, get rid of the frustration, and hit longer, straighter, better golf shots.